I did. Hello everyone. So it's January 3rd. This is the first meeting of developer experience in this year. Currently we have three of us. Laura and John is here with me. We have, okay, let me share my screen also. We have this 115 roadmap. Let me quickly go through it. So this is the epic issue. Currently, we have 4 assignees for 4 different features, and we plan to start this issue after one of us finishes it. And we have a bunch of quality and bug-related issues as well. So I believe we are on track because all of these bugs and improvements are quite small, and we can have them in a short period of time. Today, I believe Laura will talk about this init command and what he has changed in the PR. Laura, would you like to talk about it?
Yeah, sure. So today I think I pushed this PR. I just put it as a draft for now because I noticed that the init command doesn't have any tests yet. So I will add some tests, and our doc issue is also missing. But anyway, what this PR would do would add the hooks for the init commands. One is just a simple node text file, which can be Go templated with a name. So if you want to just provide a short summary or just copy paste over the README file into the nodes text file, it will be printed out when the user initializes the repository. So as you can see below, there's a thing to get started. This is all from the node text file. And the second thing is that repositories can also add initialization scripts. So if there's an init HS script in the root of the repository, the init command will discover it, say, okay, I found it. It will display it. This is thanks for the feedback, Ezgi and Piotr, so that people are not so worried about running some weird scripts that they just downloaded. And then we'll ask if you want to run it or not. So, and if you say yes, it will run it. For those, basically for all of our repositories that we have right now, we don't have any of those. I just have a test repository where I added it. Nothing will change yet. So it's just like a helper to add to our repositories. I mean, for sure, for the official ones that are supported, I think the functions and the object provider and provider template, we will add nodes text and init whatever, in initialization script. And for other repositories that people add, they can add themselves. We'll see if we'll add more repositories to the list, like of the default ones. I'm not sure yet if yes or not. So I can run this live, but basically it will just show the thing that is below on the screen.
I think it's a great improvement. I do have one comment which I just think about. Maybe instead of restricting people to write bash scripts, we may also support Python scripts or any suffix with init file name. We can just run them accordingly, or just stick with Python or bash, because I know to be able to run them in the code, you also need to know what kind of script that is. But yeah, that's one.
Okay, yeah, we could do something like that. I mean, in the bash scripts can run a Python script inside it.
Yeah.
But But I can also change it to be like do everything after init dot, accept everything as is, and try to run it.
I think that sounds like a good phase 2 enhancement. Like land a functionality and expand on it in a phase 2 again, or well, phase 3 in this case.
Yeah, right, John. Yeah. We always we had a discussion about this, that we always try to think about improvements, but yeah, let's make a small thing and that works, and then add on it. That's a good point.
I suggest that because when we want to include these init scripts in, let's say, composition function template, we would probably want to write them in Python instead of Bash, because there are lots of set commands. I mean, we need to replace lots of words, and it's easier to do them in Python instead of Bash. So that's why I
Okay,
was.
maybe. Yeah, you're right. I didn't yet try to do the whole init script. My init script just says, "Hey, hello." So maybe when I start doing it, I will see that it's you know, beta to do it in Bash.
Okay, thanks a lot. So the third item in the the third item in the agenda is the validate command demo. So I would like to demonstrate what I've been working on lately. So I added a new subcommand to the Crossplane CLI. It will be started as a beta command, and it will get 2 parameters. The first one will be the schemas. You can provide a file, a directory, or you can get them from standard input. Both of them, all 3 of them is fine. So in this example, I am passing the schemas with a directory, and the second parameter is a single file. Once I run this, it will go through all the resources in the resources.yaml file and validate them based on the schemas provided in this folder. So looks like we have 5 resources in this file, and all of them were successfully validated. At the end of the command, I am writing a small summary, which is suggested by Laura and Piotr. I also added a new flag, a flag for skipping the success logs. So if you are running them inside a CI job and you don't want to see all the successful logs and just want to see the failure cases, that flag might be helpful. Also, I am returning 0 if there are no error cases. And if we have an error cases, and we will have with the render command. So let me also show you how we can run it together with render. In here, I am running the crossplane beta render command, and I'm piping the output to the validate one. I'm using the same schema. And let me just not use the flag right now. In this case, the render command doesn't include the composite spec, so it fails. The validation is failed, and it displays the error message as well. And you can see we have this summary and we have this error message. And when we see the return value, it's non-zero. So again, it will be useful in the CI jobs. What else? Oh, if we just skip one of the, let's say, CRDs. Okay, we have access key, right? So if I just comment out this schema and try to validate, I think I am. If I run my command with missing CRDs, then it will just give me warnings. So we have 2 warnings in this case, 2 success cases and 1 error. So yeah, this is the current state. The code is ready, as you can see, but I need to extend the test cases. So I'm waiting for it to open the PR. So
Forgive me for asking. Can we use colorful emojis for the status? On a more serious note, if I have multiple errors, I assume it's going to list the errors underneath each other after the validation summary. But that might make it difficult to understand which error relates to which item above. Is it? I mean, is it obvious? I'm simply assuming it would, and take it from somebody who's not an end user necessarily of this command. Would it be obvious to me which error relates to which item?
I think it will be possible to just, okay. So, okay, we have one error. Okay, because I commented out the CRD, I don't see the messages there, but okay. This is the spec, and let me also add an error to the so let's say I am giving a number here now. Here maybe. Yeah, I'm just trying to break it. Okay. So in case of multiple failures, you can see that this is the API group and kind, and we are displaying their message here. So if there is a metadata name, I am also printing out that metadata name. So this is the resource, this is the actual resource name, this is the group, and this is the error message. So it's
okay. The error message is inline, so that's fine. I thought the error message was the one printed just underneath that validation complete. But that's just an overall summary of the error, or that there's an error with the valid. Okay, all good.
exactly.
By the way, Ezgi, it only shows the first error, right? It finds.
Sorry?
It only shows the first error it finds, right?
For a specific resource?
Yeah, like if your resource has multiple errors, it will still just show one error, right? Okay,
Yeah.
and then you have to run it a few times to get everything. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, again, want to repeat, this is very cool.
It's really cool, but it would be amazing if it had colorful emojis.
Yeah. You know that I had been
Yeah, didn't
working.
you put? You've been working on adding some pizzazz
Yeah,
to the CLI.
I'm finished. Waiting for some pretty time that I'll have to work on such thing again. But yeah.
I will say, I think it's okay to leave it like this because it doesn't help. We have 10 different emojis for the same meaning all over the show. So we should come up with a standard first before we do that.
Yeah, makes sense.
This is the problem I had with that, because I may change maybe one or two commands and they would look totally different than the other ones. So I said, okay, it's no point to have a disparity between different commands.
So do you guys have anything else to add?
We can just maybe quick update on the top command from Piotr. He's not here, but we discussed with him yesterday. And long story long story short, he will also do something like this, that he'll put an initial PR, which has maybe even without the metrics part of the top command. And then we will also try to iterate on it because he's busy with some other stuff right now. So we will try to do it in a more small pieces way. Yeah. I won't go too deep with it because maybe I will say something that is not true. I'll leave that to Piotr when he'll be here next time. But yeah.
You mean he promised to have it done by Friday, all of it?
Yeah. Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Now we just need to make sure he catches the recording.
We can sing with them tomorrow. All right. So I think that's all for today.
Mhm.
Have a great evening, guys.
Cheers.
You too. Bye.